everyone, welcome back or welcome to my channel. Today's video I'm doing my own little challenge. I'm gonna call it the Faunwood Familiars Challenge. So there's a person on Instagram at Faunwood who I'm getting this inspiration from. They draw really beautiful creatures that are like weird, but I totally love them. So what I wanted to do was make my own. So I kind of made my own challenge here. I'm gonna roll a dice and then it's a six-sided one or whatever. And whatever it lands on, I'm gonna choose whatever my base creature is, any extra body parts, and then a modification. So I've chosen these based on what creatures I've seen her create most often, and what I think would look cool, I guess? I don't know. Anyways, let's get into it. I'm using an online dice roller because I actually don't have any dice, weirdly enough. So let's get into it. All right, let's roll that first dice. Looks like it is number 3. What is that on our list here? A small forest creature. Okay. Cute. Next one. 4. So our extra body part is going to be wings. So I have to pick a forest creature that doesn't have wings originally. And let's see what our modification is. 5. Okay. Duplicated. To be completely honest with you, I don't really remember what that is. So if I can't remember it, I'm just gonna do number 6. But I'm gonna start doing some research, and then when I come back, we'll figure something out. Okay, so what I've done is made a little list of some different kinds of small forest creatures, maybe some different wing inspirations here, and then I found an image that I'm going to use. I'll just pan up here. This is kind of what I'm gonna go for when I say duplicated. So now I'm just gonna start kind of combining all of these things together, planning out different ideas, and then when I finally find one that I like, I'll put it in a different sketchbook, and then color it in and stuff. Let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that I started sketching was a beaver. Does it look demonic? Absolutely. Was that what I was going for? No. So then I was like, maybe I should try different animals. So then I tried a rabbit, and then a little mouse, and a squirrel, a little hedgehog. This was supposed to be a skunk, but it looked more like a badger. And then that was gonna be a ferret, and I gave up halfway through. And I was like, okay, maybe if I draw some wings, that'll give me some inspiration. And it kind of did. So then I drew a couple more little creatures off camera, and I really loved the beaver that I drew. So then I tried to draw it again in a different position with different wings. And I didn't really like that position. I was like, okay, well maybe what if it's like floating? Like let's give this a little bit of movement. So that's kind of what I drew in the bottom. Of course, you can't really see me draw it because I'm terrible at filming sometimes. So it's like a floating beaver, and then I was like, well, you know what? That makes it look kind of like a rat, so let's try something else. So that's where we have the sitting beaver, which I think is adorable with those little butterfly wings. But I ended up going with the flying beaver instead. I've got just standard like insect looking wings, and then in order to throw in that duplicated modification, I have them like in a yin-yang looking circle. Now I did say that I was going to do this traditionally in another sketchbook when I had the idea, but then I was like, there's no way I'm drawing a beaver twice and making it look identical. So I decided to go the digital route instead. And so I played with Procreate, and the final piece is something I'm so happy with. So I'm really glad that I chose to do it this way. So what I did was I sketched out the beaver, and then I went in with a second sketch and then duplicated it and flipped it over to see if I liked the position of the body and the way that the tail was hanging. I made some changes to the tail, as you can see there, and the eye to make it look a little bit less creepy. Here I am playing with some colors. I found this really cool color palette. I will link in the description down below, but I loved the colors, so I went ahead, planned them out, and I thought it would look really good against a dark background to kind of make the two beavers pop. So I decided to just make them completely opposites because blue and orange are opposite colors and they're complementary. So that's why I decided to go with that. Then I'm just adding here now some little highlights and fur strokes with the yellow color. And because I'm lazy, I just duplicated that as well and threw it on the other beaver, and then they look exactly the same. So I use that darkest color as the background, and then I tried to find out a way to make it a little bit more spicy, give it a little pizzazz. Anyways, I ended up with these clouds and little stars. Here's the finished piece. I'm in love with it. I hope you enjoyed it as well. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment down below, subscribe to my channel, post new videos every Monday. I hope you have a lovely week, and I will see you all next week.